Hi everyone. I'm coming here live to talk about Yoga Aftermath tool 4 legs that I shared in masterclass. Now it just came to my mind, maybe right now in this moment. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay, I can't. You will find it from the masterclass guides when you are in a Facebook group and you see the top kind of bulk. You can see there is a different kind of sections, and one is saying guides. And when you click on that guide, you can get 3 different guides at the moment. The first one is masterclass, the second one are the yoga classes, and the third one is about the Model 5, the embodied yoga facilitator training. So all the info can be easily found from there. But thank you for so far being part of this beautiful challenge. I'm very, very happy how it kind of flew through. I'm very very grateful for the challenge because it took me back on my mat, and also it gave me a lot of ideas and kind of innovation how to keep on offering in an online space. And every time I think about yoga classes online, I'm like, I don't know if people like, or if I like, or how there are a lot of thoughts and opinions, and I hear it also a lot. But my experience from this week was actually really positive, and I really enjoyed the 30 minutes time frame for the class, and also the consistency. So kind of preparing myself to teach, I woke up 6:45 each morning, and I step on my mat at 7. So before everybody else were sleeping in the house, I was the one who came into this kind of dark, still night dark yoga space, and I put my candle and I put my incense and I put the kind of atmosphere lights on, and then I did my practice. And after that, when everybody woke up, we had a breakfast, and then I got to come here in a group to teach a class. So thank you for holding a space for me to understand that. So today I want to talk about this tool of 4 legs, and I share it in a masterclass. There are some reflective journaling questions. This is what I came up with it. It focuses on 4 different kind of elements in our yoga practice and facilitation. And these elements are, I'm going to show you another piece of paper that I I made. So we have myself, values and my beliefs, my body, breath and awareness, and then relationship, circle and creation, and expression and facilitation. And how I see these are like 4 elements that supports our practice and facilitation. And I see it as a downward facing dog. So the hands are on the top of the mat. Maybe this piece of paper is a yoga mat, and the toes are at the back end of the mat. And the idea is that with these reflective questions, if you haven't found it yet, I can easily, after the live, I can tag everyone to, or even share the document again. So you get the journaling questions. But you can start to bring awareness to if any of these 4 contact points are dominant, and if any of these contact points are kind of dormant. And by noticing, you can bring awareness and create a change. And something that really pulled me into yoga off the mat, and I'm so happy that I came to Itsioka for my 200-hour trainings and my 500-hour training, because it is and it isn't about what's going on the mat. My trainer always said that if we're lucky, we spend 1 hour in a day on the mat. So what about those 23 other hours in a day? And it's been life-changing for me to learn about yoga off the mat, to use my own life as practice space. So really like maneuvering through changes, maneuvering through growth processes, maneuvering also the easy stuff and then the not so easy stuff that the life can offer. But what I'm very grateful is that I came to Itsioka to do my training, and actually that the Itsioka became INBODHI, because then the embodiment really started when the INBODHI was born. So let me see. I have some notes that I wanted to say about this beautiful 4 legs tool. It is a reflective journaling practice, and as I maybe mentioned before in a masterclass, journaling has been a very beautiful way for me to witness, and I have seasons when I journal and seasons when I don't journal. And it's almost like the self-help books. There are seasons when I'm like reading a lot, and then there are seasons that I'm like, no, I don't want to know anything about self-growth. So also, yeah, those are the cycles. But why, for example, this tool is so beautiful and simple way to look at your own practice and also in your facilitation, is that when we notice that kind of imbalance between these 4 contact points, we can bring balance. And awareness can create choices. And that has been feeling for myself very hopeful in life. Like I have a choice to, for example, see something differently or do something differently or even contribute something in my life differently. So it has better opportunity also, for example, to come true. So that choice has always felt like really hopeful for me. Sometimes we might repeat same kind of patterns. Lena was talking about breathing patterns, but also like action patterns in our life. It can be something on the mat, but also maybe on the facilitation or off the mat, that we keep on doing something but not really knowing why we keep on doing it. And that's because there is a habitual pattern to do it. And the first step when coming into, for example, yoga off the mat tool is to bring awareness, like, okay, what I'm noticing now, why this is, what is coming to me from this. And when I know this, I can create change. I can choose a different way to go forward. So we can only change what we notice, and that's kind of how it is. The other beautiful thing about, for example, now this 4 pillar or 4 legs is that when we experience balance, we can experience also ease and stability and kind of grace. Even the journey is not always easy. But when noticing, for example, that one leg is weaker or shorter or what it is, not remembered, we can create our attention, or we can create our intention and put attention to it, so that it gets into that space of, yeah, I can grow stronger and more stable in our lives. So for example, if I'm not sure what are my values, or what is something that people really want to experience with me when they come to my class, I might not be able to express them. And for example, I wrote, for me, some of the values that I have as a facilitator are authenticity and compassion and honesty in a way. Like, I want to be among the people, I want to be in the same level, like the circle thought, like we are equals. And I often want to kind of pull my curtain down, and if I notice that I'm performing something or putting, somehow acting differently that I would honestly want to act, I want to rip off the curtain and just kind of come back to the authenticity, and it's like, okay, just be me. And I believe that when we do that, we also encourage other people to do the same. So that's kind of beautiful thing. When one pillar is not so clear, it can also be that it's, there's unclarity. It can create tension, or even like fatigue into those areas that it's evolving. And for example, for myself, when it's yoga was transforming into INBODHI, there was a lot of unclarity about the community, and like also about the creation, like how, what's my place in this, where am I? What's my place in this co-creation? And just by noticing how that affects, we can bring clarity to it. So sometimes the tension or unclarity is also just like a growth zone, because we are in a new area, so we don't know. So when we do experience clarity and kind of like, okay, now I know where I put my hands and feet. If you did the teacher training with INBODHI, you have done midline, you have measured your palms, you have measured your shoulder distance and hip distance, and you have put yourself on the mat. And you have experienced how it feels to practice actually with that tool. It's incredible, empowering tool, because the practice will change forever. Yeah, it's like the awareness from those measurements can't go back to the unawareness anymore, because it's so obvious there. You have the visual dots to put your palms and feet. But for example, when we don't have that awareness, we might overcompensate, using a lot of strength, using a lot of drive, or just get really burnt out and stop, like give up. And that's why also like bringing clarity and reflecting inside is a great way to understand yourself, and like noticing like, okay, there's something that I don't understand here, and I'm willing to go there, and I'm willing to see what's that. And that's one of the philosophical yoga aftermath tools that we use. Like, we live in a question, we we are not knowing always the answer. We are living in a question. The willingness to live in a question. Also, what is very beautiful with yoga of the mat is that it kind of opens out the practice that can strengthen the on-the-mat practice, so they feed each other. And I believe that growth happens sometimes, in the shaky places, like in the places that we are moving out from our comfort zones, and that's why also like reframing, for example, comfort zone into the growth zone, like it's an invitation to expand and to become aware and to heal and to vision more and more. So I'm asking from yourself now, like what's your next vision for yourself? What's your next breakthrough, and what is your vision about you being a facilitator or a member of the community or yogi in this lifetime? Like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And in 15 years, in 20 years, like really going in there, like visioning yourself and how the growth curves can go there, how the rocket ship can take us there. What else? When we are doing, for example, this 4 legs reflection or any other yoga of the mat tools reflections that we do, each training includes one specific tool that we go through. We break it down, we practice it, we practice also for coaching others. It really deepens the facilitation skills sets and kind of the understanding of where the other person is. And I shared one Krishnamacharya picture earlier in the week about teach yoga, not how it applies to you, but how it applies to the person in front of you. And that's also the all levels class thinking, that we welcome everyone, whatever level they are in our community, and into the practices we always do. The all levels classes, all rocket is designed to be all levels. There are no beginner rockets or advanced rockets or advanced rocket poses or advanced rocket teachers even. Like it's not in the system, it's not written there, it's all levels, and it has always been. That's how it was designed and created. So really also what Lena shared, learning to get to know yourself and to learn to really expand, for example, that skill set that you have with the body and the breath. And like visioning that all facilitators that train with INBODHI has that amazing skill sets on yoga, on the mat, and also yoga off the mat, because we see that in like so connected to each other, and there is not like one without another one, and really that's what the circle is also about. Like why INBODHI is called a yoga circle is that's what we are. We are a collective. We are equals. There are no one leader. There are many leaders, and self-leading is one of the core elements that we also empower and teach and facilitate. Like you standing in your own 2 feet and starting to lead yourself and your community as an embodied teacher. Was there anything else that I wanted to share? Maybe not there. If you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, I'm gonna share next week a little bit extra journaling questions, and every day it's called week 2, day 1. So the Rocket Challenge and this group will be open until 14th, so next week Sunday, and you will have all the replays free to use, and like my invitation is that you start from the day 1 and you walk through the week again in your own on-the-mat practice, and really practice with the replays. And then I will also share each day journaling question that you can reflect and after the practice or before the practice journal about what's going on the mat and off the mat. But I think that's my wrap today. Definitely I have big news coming, like according to the embodied facilitator training, me and Lena are really holding a vision. Few of you more to step into the training. There are very inviting payment plans available, so just by stepping into, for example, the 6th payment plan is 130 per month, and by that you will already be inside the training and start that growth process and the transformation. And just if any of you want to speak privately with me, just maybe comment here, because sometimes the private messages in Facebook get lost somewhere. So comment, for example, some of the poses. Comment some of the posts, so I can get in contact with you, and I know to look for the contact from the inbox. Also from Instagram Messenger, you can, or Instagram inbox, how they call it. You can message directly to me or Lena, and we will be happy to answer and chat about the training and to see how we can make that possible for you. And definitely, if you want to come into that payment planning, we can set it up. And then there will be something else coming. Also, I will share it next week. So stay tuned, keep practicing, keep coming to the replays. If you feel guided, still share the energy of the group. Share invite few of your friends into the group and tell like, hey, I did this amazing Rocket 30 minutes practice with Sala from Fuerteventura. You come and also to join the group because it's free for next week. So really looking forward to continue this journey with you. If you watched this live until here, thank you. Hope it resonates, made sense. And yeah, bye for now. Thank you. Thank you.